Tuesday, the 13th of February. This is your Frontier Opening Bell. I am boosting number 5, and this is how we're getting started here for the second trading day of the week. The Nigerian stock market went up roughly 0.2% yesterday, despite the tragic news over the weekend of the loss of the former chairman of the Nigerian Exchange Group, Abimbola Ogunbanjo, as well as the iconic leader and Group CEO, one of the co-founders of today's Accesscorp and Access Bank, and the entire financial supermarket as Access in Nigeria, with footprints across 13 countries around the world. That's where the story was on Monday. The shares of Accesscorp was most actively traded. The stock, however, fell about 6.2% on the day. It's a very mourning time for Nigeria, losing two of its main market professionals, industry leaders in a single day. And that's just as bad as it can get. It's the worst of such news in Nigeria's recent market history. In Cote d'Ivoire, the BRVM fell by just 2 basis points. The Ghana market was down just 1 single basis point to start Monday. The Egyptian market came back from a negative 0.75% on Sunday to a roaring 1.05%. Monday started Sunday on the downside, turned back into head north on Tuesday, on Monday, I beg your pardon. Then, of course, you got the Nairobi stock market starting the week at 91.31, just as the news keep moving around with Kenya floating its first Eurobond in the new year, getting back to the market. That's a bit of confidence to investors about the future of the economy under President William Ruto. So the stock market would get some of the benefits of that coming through. And yesterday looks like the curtain raiser for that. Let's see how much further the NSE will be able to go this year after those massive decline that we saw last year, investors voting with their feet. Then let's get the GSE in 0.41% positive, a bit of a correlation with the rest of the emerging markets, adding a few notches to the upside to start the week on Monday. Let me take you up straight to the East African proper. Of course, the news around Kenya's Eurobond is about $1.5 billion was what is being raised. That's much smaller than 2.6 billion, about 50% thereof of 2.6 billion that Cote d'Ivoire raised just a few weeks ago. And of course, the order book of $5 billion was what Benin Republic got for its own $750 million. That was also the same size of order book that Kenya got for its latest Eurobond. But of course, it's better than nothing. Uganda is looking to list bonds on global indices. We'll see how this work out. The Kenya's new bond exchange is also looking at opportunities of business, what will come out of the debt market as it preps to open operations in this current first half of the new year. And luxury property is boosting Mauritius' FDI inflows to about $500 million in the 9 months of 2023, while Ivanhoe Mines and Trafigura has sealed a deal between DRC and Angola for the copper transit deals. Those mining companies, trading firms need that corridor for the copper business being done in DRC and through to Angola. So let's touch on with West Africa, with Nigeria's leading with the very tragic loss of two of its visionary leaders within the financial services industry. And Naira hit a record 1,550 to the dollar yesterday, down sharply by about 4% at the NIFEX, that's the official foreign exchange window. The International Monetary Fund, however, has a new report out on Nigeria. Is asking the country to do a few more on subsidy remover, go the whole hog in the manner of speaking, and said the country's FX reserves could go as low as $20 billion this year because the country's fiscal finances bleeding across all fronts. But let's move on to the Nigeria Republic. Yesterday, reaffirming that its airspace is close to Nigerian flights. The Nigerian flights can go in and out of the country, and every flight passing through the airspace of Niger should make sure that this a transporter and all that as well to be clearly identified. And that's part of the fallout of the ECOWAS sanctions against Mali, Niger Republic, and Burkina Faso for the military takeover of democratic rules in those three West African countries. Now those countries are hitting back of course, they've announced their voluntary exit from the ECOWAS 16 countries regional bloc. And to one end, this Toko has been named a general manager of the Coris Bank International in Chad Republic. Let's check in with Southern Africa for the day as we started the new week as well. In Southern Africa, the country is looking at it's just the bid by U.S. lawmakers to review economic relations with Pretoria. It's nothing to really worry about. Of course, the U.S. lawmakers hitting against South Africa for taking the Israel to the International Court of Justice over the Israel's military operations in Gaza in retaliation for that deadly attack by Hamas back a couple of months ago. That operations is still ongoing and with effect. And of course, the South African authorities took the Israel to the ICJ and all of that. But now the U.S. lawmakers are looking to review relations with South Africa. And of course, you've got the existing face-off between Washington and Pretoria over South Africa's coziness, in the manner of speaking, with Russia's Putin in Russia. And that's all in the mix as we speak. And then power cuts and debt are South Africa's biggest risks to the economic outlook at about 1.4%, which is being forecast for this year against 0.7% lackluster performance for last year. And Sanlam Private Equity says it's got an approval to buy Bacha and Company, which is a wholesaler of Lacoste watches and Guess perfume in the Southern Africa's economy. In the meantime, Fitch has affirmed a long-term foreign currency issuer default rating, CCC plus for Mozambique in Southern Africa. And finally, Southern Africa, Angolan has reported 4.9% growth in normal exports as at the end of June last year. Let's finish off in North Africa and get, of course, Egypt is grabbing a couple of headlines within that region as we get the new week in place. The IMF says it's nearing the completion of $3 billion Egyptian loan review and eyes a mega-sized increase of up to $12 billion by some estimates. Now, Baraka Bank has joined the largest Islamic fund deal worth about 5.5 billion Egyptian pounds in the North African's biggest economy. In Morocco, still in Egypt, the JP Morgan says it's expecting further devaluation of the local currency, while higher income cut Morocco's 2023 budget deficit by at least 250 million US dollars. And those are some of the headlines we're grabbing for you as we start the new week. And today is the second trading day of the week. So keep it on here on Frontier Opening Bell. Let's get together for the rest of the week here on the show. I am Boosting Number 5, and I'll see you soon.